Welcome back to Fox and Friends. New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg defending the bosses of BP. He says the world shouldn't rush to point fingers at the British oil giant for the largest oil spill in U.S. history. Listen.
We're going after the heads of some of these companies. The guy that runs BP didn't exactly go down there and blow up the well. And what's more, if you want them to fix it and they're the only ones with the expertise, I think I might wait to assign blame.
Wait to assign blame. Here for a fair and balanced debate, Fox News contributor and criminal defense attorney Tamara Holder and Will Cain, host of National Review's Off the Page. Welcome to both of you this morning.
Thanks, Clayton.
Thanks.
Will, I'm finding it really difficult to defend BP by any stretch of the imagination. You agree with Mayor Bloomberg here? Lay off BP?
Well, I think he has a point. Look, there's still a problem at hand. There's still oil gushing into the Gulf. There's still beaches to clean up. And BP is tasked with fixing those problems. So it's worth worrying about whether or not the hissy fit on the sidelines, the criminal investigations, the lawsuits are distracting BP from the immediate problem.
Well, new safety violations out this morning, Tamara. 16 we're now learning this morning. According to the New York Times, 60 Minutes, these guys, you had guys on the rig at the time, basically pushing them to move more quickly despite some of these safety violations. 11 people died. Should we just lay off BP?
Yeah, I think that is the stupidest thing that Michael Bloomberg could possibly say. We are talking about thousands of workers who have lost their jobs, 11 people dead. We are talking about a major disaster to the world. I mean, the amount of people, the wildlife, everything. I mean, this is a huge, huge disaster. And for Michael Bloomberg to wear both hats, I'm a successful billionaire and I'm a politician. I mean, which one is it? He's trying to defend the CEOs of companies, and yet he's supposed to be representing the people of New York. This is absolutely ridiculous. He should be embarrassed of this statement.
Yeah, we shouldn't confuse the debate, Tamara. The point is not to excuse BP. BP is at fault. The question is whether or not the mantra of BP is the devil is productive.
Well, and here's the question. At $9 million a day, they're still making $9 million a day by Friday's estimates, despite all of this. $9 million a day. And I'm starting to get the sense that there are some Republicans who want BP to be pushed back a little bit and the taxpayer to be burdened with some of this money. John Boehner, late last week, came out and said, you know, the federal government should help pick up the tab for this, and so should BP. Then you have Bobby Jindal down there saying this is all BP. There seems to be a disconnect here, Will.
Yeah, I don't know where any of that's coming from, honestly, Clayton. BP is at fault. BP should be made to pay. I just wonder whether or not we're being productive when we constantly harp that BP is the devil.
Tamara?
Clayton, yeah, here's a big problem. We're talking about Michael Bloomberg here. He sued Vioxx and said that the people of the state were harmed, and that's the reason for him suing a major corporation. And now he's defending BP when people have died. And here's another tidbit. I don't know if you know this, but BP went to the survivors and said, here, sign this waiver that you weren't physically damaged or physically harmed after 11 of their coworkers were killed. This is corporation at its best, and I think that we need to step back and instead of attacking or defending BP's officials who make all of this money, to really put the hammer on them and say, you must respond to this promptly and swiftly.
That's the final word. We're going to leave it there. Will and Tamara, thanks so much for joining us this morning.